Hey there YouTube, good afternoon. As you see here, I've been working on the old car this week. I had to replace the front brake pads, and I also had to do some other work too. In the springtime, the wear sensor for the pad right here was starting to rub up against the rotor. So what I did was I popped the hubcap off, and usually what I do is just bend a tab back with a screwdriver through the vents of the wheel. And that's what I did. And it wasn't until lately when I started to hear the metal backing for the pad rubbing up against the rotor, and that told me I better replace the pads ASAP instead of procrastinating on it for a while. And I also replaced the front ball joints. I don't know if you can see them. I replaced the driver's side and the passenger side ball joints because this ball joint right here on the driver's side, the rubber boot was torn, and also it was developing a lot of play. Whenever you would pull on the knuckle back and forth, you could see the drive axle just flex, and that was kind of dangerous looking. And this is the old ball joint that was on the driver's side. The grease fitting stopped working. I couldn't feed the joint with grease anymore. But yeah, this thing is pretty well shot. And I also replaced both stabilizer bar bushings, the driver's side and the passenger side, because of course the driver's side one, this is the driver's side one, it's pretty ratty looking. So I bought a pair of those at Napa. They costed me $23. It was surprising that most auto parts stores around here didn't supply the stabilizer bar or sway bar bushings. Napa found them at another store, luckily. It was better for me just to buy them from there, because if I bought them at another auto parts store, they would have had a special order them, and they would have took maybe about 3 days to get here. And yeah, I replaced the ball joints before about 10 years ago. These ones that I put in the car about 10 years ago were from Napa. And they costed me about $15 back then each. Now today at Napa, they're $20-something a piece. And they costed me about $45 with the tax for both sides, the driver's side and the passenger side. The driver's side was wore out, but the passenger side was still okay. I replaced both of them. Better be safe than sorry. I also replaced the caliper boots, both on the driver's side and the passenger side, because the boots that were in the calipers were pretty tore up and pretty well shot. So I replaced all 4 of them. There's 2 on each side. They costed me, for a set of them, they costed me about $3, which ain't too bad. And these ball joints that I replaced about 10 years ago, the original ones, had rivets in them, and they were kind of a bitch to remove because you had to grind the rivets down. And these ball joints from Napa, which I replaced them with, they came with nuts and bolts, so they were easier to remove than the original ones. And now I gotta put this thing back together. I gotta get to work. See you later, bye.